Alright, this is verbal aptitude. It has a lot to do with how you think and the knowledge, like what you know. And this is extract from 2024 Common Entrance, and this is part B of FIT, verbal aptitude. Alright, let's look at this session 1. The question says, from the options, lettered A to E, choose the one that has something in common with the work given in bold letters in each of the following numbers. An example is given below. An example has been given. We have bird, we have options: A, fins; B, hair; C, mane; D, scales; E, wings. The correct answer is E, which is wings. Of course, a bird has a wing, and that is what enables them to fly. So we are going to use this to answer the following question. So the word that has something in common with the word bird is wings. Now, question number 1 properly, we are going to use that sample to answer questions 1 to 5. We have education: A, benevolence; B, intelligence; C, knowledge; D, quietness; E, smartness. The correct answer is knowledge, which is option C, because knowledge has something in common with education. Now let's take the next question, which is number 2. As: A, crawl; B, fly; C, gallop; D, run; E, walk. As is also known as donkey. Among the options we have, E, walk, is the correct answer. Donkeys don't gallop, it's horses that gallop. So, donkeys, like many other animals, walk as one of their primary modes of movement. Let's take question 3. This question says, fish: A, hair; B, legs; C, mane; D, scales; E, wings. Among these options, which one has something in common with fish? The correct answer is D, scales. Question 4, furniture: A, clay; B, glass; C, marble; D, spanner; E, wood. The correct answer is E, wood. Let's move down to question 5. Crab: A, hook; B, jungle; C, land; D, river; E, tree. Among the options we have, crab can be found in the riverside, riverbed, or in the river, so that is the correct answer. Now we are done with the first session. Let's look at session 2. We are going to take the question. The question says, in each of the following, there is a pair of words followed by another pair which is not complete. You are made to study the first pair carefully and choose from the options lettered A to E the one that best completes the second pair. And we are going to use this section to answer questions 6 to 10. Question 6 says, goat and kid; lion and what? A, calf; B, cow; C, den; D, kitten; E, roar. Okay, a lot of people will think the answer is roar because lions roar, but the correct answer is cow. The reason is that the young ones of a goat are called kid, so the young ones of a lion are called cub or cubs. Okay. Question 7 says, car and drive; canoe and A, capsize; B, oar; C, paddle; D, ride; E, sail. You drive a car and you paddle a canoe, so the right answer is C. Question 8 says, high and low; deep and what? A, broad; B, bottom; C, huge; D, narrow; E, shallow. Okay, for this question, deep is the opposite of shallow, similar to how high is the opposite of low. So the correct answer is shallow. Question 9 says, cow and beef; pig and A, chicken; B, grunt; C, molten; D, piglet; E, pork. The answer is E, pork. Beef is a meat from a cow, pork is a meat from a pig. Question 10. Day and week, second and A, clock, B, hour, C, minute, D, tick, E, time. A second is a smaller unit of time that makes up a minute, similar to how a day is a smaller unit of time that makes up a week. So the correct answer is minute. Okay, let's move over to question 11 is under section 3. Now, this involves reasoning and pattern. The instruction says the words below are written in certain codes. Study the following example. Lagos is written as OASLG. Uncle is written as LNEUC. Tailor is written as LAARTOI. Now we are meant to use this section 3 to the sample or the pattern to answer questions 11 to 15 using the same code patterns. If you look at these codes, the coding pattern in the provided examples involves rearranging the letters of the words according to a specific rule. So the first thing we need to do is to decode the pattern. So to decode the pattern, let's start with Lagos. L-A-G-O-S. So I'm going to just draw 5 lines, 3, 4, 5. So let's decode this pattern. The last letter S is the third here. So we'll put it here. The second to the last letter, O, is the first letter, so you put it here. So the third letter, G, is the first letter here. We'll put it here. This second letter from the first was not changed. You keep it, it maintains its position. And then the L comes this way. So at least we've decoded the pattern. Let's use this pattern to solve question 11. Here we have phone, which phone is a 5-letter word. So we have 5 strokes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using the pattern, so the first letter E, according to what we have in Lagos, the first letter we occupy the third spot, so we have to put the E here. The second N, O occupy the first here, so N we occupy the first here. O, the third occupy the last spot. The O in phone will occupy this last spot. H retains its position, and then P will be here. So let's look at the options. NHEPO. NHEPO. The right answer is B. So that's the beauty of pattern encoding. For question 12, games will be coded as which among these options is the right answer. Since games is made up of 5 letters, we are going to have 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at the pattern of phone. E in phone occupy the top spot here. So the first letter S will occupy the third spot. N occupied the first spot. E will occupy the first spot here. O occupied the last spot. M, which is the third one, will occupy the last spot. H maintains its position. A will maintain its position. And G will be here. If we look at the options, C is the correct answer, EASGM. Question 13 says, union will be coded as, we have the options A to E. Of course, we are going to start by creating the 5 spaces. The first letter N, let's look at games. Okay, let me use the word the last letter. Let U be the first letter. X here was occupied the third spot. So N here we occupy this third spot. E occupied the first spot. O we occupy this fourth spot. M occupied this last spot. I we occupy this last spot. A maintained its position, so N will maintain its position, and you bring the last one, which is the first. If you are writing it as a word, you bring it here, which is U. If you look at the options, the correct option is D. Using this pattern, let's look at question 4. Question 4, we have equal. Which code here is the right answer according to the pattern we are following? So we are going to create the 5 spaces, 3, 4, 5. N here, or let's use games since we have 2 N. For games, S occupy the third spot, L will occupy this third spot. E occupied, for games, E occupied the first spot here, so A will occupy this first spot. For games, M occupied the last, U will occupy this last spot. Q maintains its position, and E will be here. If you look at the options for question 4, option E is the correct answer. Okay, so let's take a look at question 15. Paper will be coded as, we'll create 5 spaces, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first letter R, according to the pattern we've been following, will occupy the third spot. The second letter E will occupy this first spot. P, the third letter, will occupy this last spot. A maintains its position, and this P occupies this position. So we have EARPP. EARPP, the correct option is C. Now we are done with this particular pattern. So let's look at the next section, which is section 4. The instruction for section 4 says, in each of the following questions, there are 5 words given. You are made to arrange the words in a meaningful sequence and then shade the space that correspond to the correct options. Let's take note of the instruction. It says, arrange the words in a meaningful sequence. To arrange the words in a meaningful sequence for the given options, let's understand the logical sequence of events when starting a computer. The sequence should typically follow the steps of turning on the power, booting the system, you get to the operating system, and then the system being ready for operation. Here are the words in the order they would logically occur. We are going to have power button, okay, power on computer. Power button is 5. So we are going to have power button, power on computer, that's the computer gets powered on. Booting, the booting process starts. Loading, the operating system loads. Operating, the computer is now operating. So based on this sequence, the correct order is V, IV, and I. So based on that pattern, we have 5, 3, 2, 4, 1. 5, 3, 2, 4, 1. E is the right option. Okay, let's take a look at question 17. We have toothache, dentist, examine, drugs, prescribe. What is the right order for these to occur? To arrange the words in a meaningful sequence for the given options, Let's understand the logical sequence of events when someone has a toothache. Here are the words in the order they would logically occur. The first step will be the toothache, which is 1. The problem starts with a toothache. Now the next will be the person visits a dentist. So dentist comes next. So we have 1. Then dentist comes next, which is 2. The dentist examines the toothache, which is 3. After the examination, the dentist prescribes treatment. Prescribe is 5. The prescribed treatments often include drugs. That is when drugs will come in, which is 4. So the right answer is 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, and that is option A. Alright, so let's take a look at question 18. Let's move up. Question 18, we have recommendation, school, aptitude test, admission, proprietress. What is the right order in which this is meant to occur? To arrange the words in a meaningful sequence for the given options, let's consider the typical process involved in school admission. Here are the words and the logical order that might follow. The first is the school proprietress might be involved in the initial stages of decision making. So V, which is 4, comes first. 4. Next, the context or place where the process occurs, that's the school comes next, which is 2. Aptitude test will be the next. An aptitude test might be conducted to assess the student, that is 3. Recommendations might be provided based on test results, that is 1. And finally, the admission is granted, which is, I missed up something. Proprietress is meant to be 5, which is where I started from. Okay, admission will be the last, which is 4. So I have, all right, I'm going to take this again. I think I somehow disagree with what I did here. The right answer should be B. You go to school, you meet the proprietress, you'll be given an aptitude test. Based on the test, recommendation will be given, admission will be given. So the correct answer is B. Okay, let's look at the next one, which is question 19. We have homework, classroom, pupils, classwork, and teacher. To arrange the words in a meaningful sequence for the given options, let's consider the typical process in a classroom setting. So the typical settings should rhyme with option B, which is we have the classroom, the pupils are in the classroom, teacher walks into the classroom to teach the pupils. After teaching, the teacher gives classwork. Finally, the teacher will give the pupils homework to do at home. So that is the right answer. Let's look at, okay, well done. I'm sure you got it, right? Okay, that's great. Question 20 says, daily activities, eating, prayer, bathing, greeting. In case you missed question 19, the right answer is B. Question 18 is B. For 18, we have B. Question 19 is B. Question 20. Based on the activities we have here, the right answer will be D. We have daily activities, eating, prayer, bathing, greeting. So the first thing we need to do once we stand up is to pray, which is 3. After praying, you greet your parents, You go and take your bath, you take your food, you go out for the day's activities. So the right option is D. Okay, we've seen the first 20 questions, and this will take us to the next page, which is section 5. All right, section 5. Choose from the options lettered A to E the one that is wrongly spelled. Question 21. A, bicycle. B, elephant. C, grasshopper. D, headmaster. E, headmistress. If you look at these options, they all look correct. However, option C is wrongly spelled. For grasshopper, there shouldn't be an hyphen. So the spelling should have just been this way, grasshopper, without the hyphen. If we move down to question 21, we have accent, candle, schedule, tendency, yacht. No, I think accent, candle, schedule is correct, but the spelling for tendency and yacht is wrong. Tendency has to be T-E-N-D-E-N-C-Y, and yacht has to be Y-A-C-H-T. So these two options are wrong. For question 22, A, barrier. B, fierce. C, occur. D, progress. E, vanish. The occur is wrongly spelled. E shouldn't be there. The right spelling is O-C-C-U-R. Question 23, we have address, balloon, hustle, judgment, optimism. They all look correct, but I'm going to pick judgment. Though this is how America, based on American Standard English, J-U-D-G-M-E-N-T is the right spelling for judgment. But for British English, they'll tell you this is wrong. Judgment is spelled as J-U-D-G-E-M-E-N-T. Alright? So, since we are using the standard British English here, D, option D is wrong. But remember I said for standard American English, that is how judgment is spelled. Question 24. We have accord, concept, initiate, 14, kidney. Accord is wrong. It's meant to be A-W-K-W-A-R-D. Accord. So for question 25, we have doubtful, license, precious, privilege. D, separate. For question 25, two words are wrongly spelled, license and privilege. This is meant to be L-I-C-E-N-S-E-P-R-I-V-I-L-E-G-E. Okay, let's look at question 26. Now we have a new section, which is section 4. In each of the following questions, reading question 6, section 6, choose the word that cannot be formed by an arrangement of some or all of the letters of the word printed in capital letters. Do not use any letter more often than it appears in the given word. An example is given below, education. But let's just go straight to the questions. Let's look at question 6. Further. A, hot. B, hotter. C, hunter. D, trial. E, rest. For question 26, I'm going to pick hunter and rest. We cannot form hunter from further. Hot, we have H-U-R-T. Okay. There's no S here, so these two options are correct. Question 27, we have another. A, atonal. B, hornet. C, ornate. dethrone, E there. The right option is there. Another has one E. There has two E's. Question 28, we have palace. The right option is play. We can't form play from palace because palace does not have Y. Question 29, we have congratulations. We cannot form configuration from congratulations because there is no F in congratulations. So we can form antagonist, consultation, salutation, and translating from congratulations. The next is community. We cannot form counted from community. Counted, we have C-O-U-N-T. There is no E in community, so we cannot form this word. Okay, let's look at section 7, VII. Okay,